If Garoppolo wins, should the 49ers use Lance in spurts? This is Iggy Pros, so he just skipped over it, sweetie. So look,
Iggy
I
Pros.
want to go back to history and the great Steve Young. I'm sorry, the great Joe Montana and Steve DeBerg, I should say, and Bill Walsh, who was canny. He was canny.
Mm-hmm.
So what would happen is Steve DeBerg would be playing, he'd be starting, and you knew that eventually he was going to throw a pick at the worst time and all of that. But all of a sudden, Joe would come in for specific plays. And the idea was he could do better on this play than DeBerg, but that wasn't by far the deal.
Right.
It would give Joe confidence and make him look good.
Yeah.
And he eventually got more and more plays, and then he became Joe Montana. And it was a brilliant way, frankly, to introduce him to Bill's offense, which I imagine was quite complicated as well. So I would like Jimmy to win the competition.
Yeah.
I would like Kyle to have the presence of mind and the maturity to bring in Trey Lance 3-4 times a game the way Bill brought in Joe. What do you think, Iggy?
I think you have to. You want to make him the starting quarterback as soon as he earns it. Well, if he doesn't earn it right away, how is he going to develop just standing there on the bench? He's still the future of your team. You still have to give him opportunities to play. And I don't know what that is, but I'm sure how Bill did it. Not backed up against your own end zone, not at your own 5-yard line, maybe in the middle of the field, close to the end zone, places where he could have success. Maybe a series or two a game. That would be smart. And the whole idea is to set him up for success, build his confidence, and then his success down the line will become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I love it. And I would have another example of how you could use them when you want to use rollout passes.
Yep.
Jimmy
Absolutely.
can't do it anymore.
No. When you want an extra runner in the red zone, it's not the Niners offense has been consistently mediocre to bad in the red zone with Jimmy Garoppolo. Take him out, bring in Trey Lance. They can run the Wildcat and stuff like that. That's effective in the red zone. All kind of stuff like that.
And it would louse up defenses. Now they'd have more to think about.
When you actually want to throw deep, which Jimmy Garoppolo can't really do anymore. You can have a play action guy who throws. The thing about this guy is a cannon, Dad. So you could do that. All kind of stuff. Yeah.
So Kyle, are you listening here? Because I know that you watch, and I know that you really admire us. So I know he does. So we're telling you how to introduce this young man into your offense, and take notes on this.
Sir Don't Trip saying, so play him like Taysom Hill in New Orleans. No. In New Orleans, they give Taysom Hill, they play him at running back, they play him at tight end. We're saying give Trey Lance like a series or two a game. Let him play quarterback, but don't put him in when they're on their own 3-yard line. Put him in good spots, maybe when they're winning already, maybe when the pressure's off, things like that. But give him a series, let him run the ball, let him throw some play action passes, let him learn how to play the game, even if he's not the starter, because Jimmy has to go eventually.
Yeah, I think that would be a brilliant and a very easy way to do it, and it would annoy Jimmy, but the team is not about Jimmy's feelings. Jimmy's feelings, he earns a lot of money. That ought to help his feelings.
Yeah. And again, if Lance doesn't earn the starting job in preseason, then he shouldn't start week 1, but he still needs to be on the field. So he can't. How much is he going to get better not playing at all? Walsh understood. That's why he had Montana on the field at times. And then what you said about DeBerg was funny. It's like, who does that remind you of? The guy who throws the pick, the guy who throws the pick exactly when you can't have it. Who?
Oh,
and you know it's coming. And you know it's coming too.
Jimmy is a reincarnation of DeBerg.
Yes.
I've told this story before, but when Joe first started, he was quite talkative, and he was innocent. He was naive, and he would say things that he would never say later on. But I mean, he told me early on, we were chatting, and he said, it's funny when we come out to the field, Steve always has to be the leader, and he's the one who always grabs the ball. That's what he said. He grabs the ball like, I'm in charge. I'm the starter. Right. And clearly it bothered Joe. But then, I think he resolved that issue.
It's like all those little things that you're doing, Steve, doesn't make you a better quarterback than me.
Yeah. And what's
still my team. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, he told me that. And it's probably the last really forthright thing he ever said to me. And I don't blame him. I mean, I probably wouldn't have said things to me either.